next host, we have Dr. Charu, Master Dr. Charu Madam. To give a brief about Charu Madam, Charu is a long-time meditator, a PhD in the philosophy of meditation, and a devoted master in the Pyramid Spiritual Societies, movement founded by Brahmarshi Pitama Patri sir. With over 18 years of meditation practice and deep study, she has dedicated her life in spreading the wisdom of inner transformation, mindfulness, and spiritual science as taught by Patri Ji and PSSM. And she has personally guided thousands of seekers on their journey within and is the author of Spiritual Journey of Pyramid Yogini, a book inspired by her experiences under the mentorship of Patri Ji under the energies of Mahatar Babaji. As the founder of Dhyan Darshan Foundation and the editor-in-chief of MB Publishing House, she has also played a vital role in bringing spiritual knowledge to the world through books and teachings. She has taught philosophy at the University of Delhi and taken meditation sessions for people in high-stress jobs like Indian Army, Police, BSF, etc. And she met Patriji in 2016 and has been educating people across the world in spiritual science. She's currently in Spain for this grand work. So, Madam, warmly welcome you to this session and take us to, give your wisdom. Thanks for being here and thanks for sharing your wisdom. Thanks for your time in advance.
Thank you, Pushpaji. Thank you, Padma
Firstly,
Madam, Aparna Madam,
Charu,
everyone.
I'm sorry, Charu. A little bit confused timings. I'm sorry. Uh,
No, Auntie, not at all. I think with Patriji, that is what we have learned to be ever ready for service whenever the divine call comes. So, not at all, Auntie. Very happy to be here. And
Thank you.
I mean, since we are starting this grand work with the blessings of Patriji, so my pranams to him and all the divine masters, through the blessings of which we are here in this platform today, and through the blessings of whom we are on earth in this very divine and very exciting time with everything that is happening in these years, especially in 2025. Since 2020, we are seeing the ascension energies download on earth, and we are receiving many galactic codes. We are having many different downloads. People are moving towards their highest self, uniting with the monadic higher self family, with the consciousness. And especially in 2025, we are seeing an acceleration of that through many different events that are happening across the world and especially in India. And specifically, when we are talking about the women power, we are seeing that with everything that is happening in India right now, especially the women in the high posts, the women personnel of the country who is coming forward, and that Durga consciousness which is rising in India and through which the whole world is recognizing and acknowledging India for what it is. I think that is also the essence of this conference that we are having with all the women spiritual scientists, because this is the year of inculcating, awakening, invoking, and integrating that Durga energy in all of us. And I think through this platform, I would also like to pay my gratitude and thanks to all the women of India and the divine feminine that is rising within and showing us the path, especially in this turbulent time that we are all going through. So, having paid my regards to our masters, to the wonderful women of our country, and all the spiritual masters who have taken the bodies of women to do this grand work, I would like to start with a 5 minute meditation. Um, Actually, it is quite late here right now. It is almost 11:30, 11:40 p.m. in Spain. And Patriji always used to say that the day is for your dharma, your daily activities, but the night is to be a yogi. The night is to meditate. So we will just have a short, silent 5 minute meditation to center ourselves, ground ourselves, connect to this Durga energy rising within all of us, especially all the women who have made it possible for this platform, and to all the people that we are broadcasting this message who are going to see this on YouTube later on. So I request you all to please remove your glasses, hold your legs, interlock your fingers, and we'll do a silent, quick 5 minute energy gathering meditation and connect ourselves to the Durga within. Mm, 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rub your hands together. Place them on your eyes and you will come out of meditation. Thank you, everyone. My message today will be very short but very pointed. This is a message to all the young girls out there who are looking for themselves, who are trying to find themselves, or maybe they have entered spirituality and they feel that they are probably too young. Because when we enter spirituality, especially at a young age, and as a woman, from the cultural consciousness that we are a part of, we always feel very limited, or we feel inadequate, or we feel that we are somehow too small, and that maybe we have to grow up a lot in order to contribute. But PSSM and Patriji broke that mold, they broke that limitation, they broke that self binding contract our soul had put ourselves in. And he encouraged us from a very young age to contribute spiritually, not just for our own soul growth, but for the collective mission that we are here as Pyramid Masters. Every divine soul that is coming here has its own core frequency. But the fact of the matter is that we are not even aware of our own signature frequency. There are a lot of masters who talk about very big concepts, very deep concepts. But if you ask them about their own core frequency, there are a lot of people who might not be able to tell you, who might not be able to answer you about that. So, how do we understand this core frequency? How do we understand our true soul mission? That is only through service, through seva. So, meditation will help, no doubt. But if you are only doing meditation, then those lives have already passed us by. We have already taken those lives where we have taken sannyas and we have spent years and years and years in meditation. But now this is the life that we have taken, where meditation along with service, along with seva, is what is making us a karma yogi. And that is how we understand and honor our true core soul frequency. And then we move on from there. So, a little bit about my own journey. I started meditation when I was probably 11 or 12 years old. I have been meditating regularly since then. I met Patriji. I got associated with PSSM in 2016. And I remember immediately after coming in contact with Patriji and all the masters, I think from the very next week or maybe within 2 weeks, I started teaching. And that is the point that changed my life. Because Patriji always used to say that if you know ABC, you teach ABC. Where you don't know, you take that person to a higher master. But you have to teach. And it is teaching, consistent teaching of spiritual science that has made me a better student of spiritual science, of spirituality. After that, we conducted a lot of different programs in Gurgaon, Delhi NCR, and various other parts of India. In fact, the first ever digital Dhyan Yagna, which took place during the COVID lockdown time. I was a part of that core team as well when we did that. We also started MB Publishing House, and the core mission was to translate all of Patri sir's books in Telugu into Hindi and now English so that the Hindi speaking belt and the English speaking belt that population is also, they have access to Patri Sir's teachings. And along with that, because the service nature was so deeply embedded, we have many different pyramids in Gurgaon, in Delhi. So we regularly conducted programs there and did everything from the small tasks to the big tasks in organizing those events. And all the good karma that you accumulate through doing all these different seva activities, that is what then comes and protects you in your spiritual evolution, in your spiritual growth. In the Vedic tradition, we have a saying, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. Here, dharma does not mean religion. The translation of dharma is Dharyate iti dharma. So, that which upholds your existence, that which upholds and sustains you, that is your dharma. Again, core frequency, what I was talking about. And it is only through service, through inner work, through meditation, and all the allied aspects that Patriji taught us, whether it be talking to like minded people, sharing experiences, whether it be reading spiritual books. It is through all these activities that we can find our core frequency. And we can honor that swadharma to ourselves to uphold that core frequency. And then after that, honor the paradharma to others by offering that service to them, to the world, thereby ensuring that we are evolving not just as a personal consciousness, an individual consciousness, but also as a collective. And that is what all the women have done. When we talk about ancestral lineage, we are not just talking about the family ancestral lineage, but also the spiritual ancestral lineage. So, all of us women who are part of this PSSM lineage now of spirituality, our spiritual ancestors have now decided that it is time that we should come out in full force and we should offer our core frequency to ourselves and the world. We should not be shy about owning that, especially all the young women. As our age increases, as our family life gets more deeper, as we get more responsibilities, it does become a little more complicated to manage your spiritual life and your physical life. You have to be more aware. But the best time is when you are in school, when you are in college, because that time you can dedicate a lot of your energy and attention to these spiritual activities. So, my message today is very simple, very loud, very clear. And not just to the women who are watching this, but also the men, because the divine feminine resides within all of us too. So, I urge all of you to not bind yourselves through any kind of self binding contract, self limiting contract with yourself, to release all those contracts, release those limitations, and to understand that it is now or never. Sadanand Yogi ji, who was Patriji's guru, he gave him the message, do or die. And now, through all the events that are happening in the world right now, that message applies to us as well. We cannot afford to be shy about our spiritual service, about our core frequency, about our true soul nature. So do not be afraid to step into your power. Do not be afraid to own that space. And do not be afraid to offer your gifts to the world. This is a time of great healing, not just for ourselves, like I said, but for the whole, our whole ancestral spiritual lineage, as pyramid masters, as women, and as spiritual scientists. And I urge all of you to come along with me on this journey. because 2025 is the year of ascension, and we only go up from here. As the earth splits into 3D and 5D, all the people who are making a conscious choice to evolve spiritually will evolve to the 5D and the higher dimensions beyond that. So, with this short and pointed message, I welcome you all to embrace your true nature, to always keep your guru in your heart and your mind, because already he's there in your soul, but sometimes the heart and the mind forgets because of the physical and material world that we are living in. So always keep the guru's kripa, guru's grace in your heart and your mind, and let that light lead the way towards your ascension as an individual consciousness and our ascension as a collective and as a whole. Thank you so much for inviting me on this platform. And I wish you all a good night here from Spain. And hopefully, we will be in touch for many different astral and physical programs too. My pranams and thank you to the organizers. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Charuji. Such a wonderful, like it's a crisp, to the point, straightforward. The way you have put together like a core frequency, do or die. It's like it's hitting very hard. I mean, I'm feeling very blessed to be, host you, and I feel like I have a message to carry for myself, and for sure for everybody here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Padma madam, are we opening for any questions, or like how do you want to do this? Questions
Thank you so
అడుగుతున్నా.
much. Once again, that is PIMA, friends. Pyramid Young Masters Association. Anytime ఎవరు రెడీగా ఉంటారు. మా వైపు నుండి జరిగినటువంటి పొరపాటు వల్ల టైమింగ్స్ రాంగ్ గా వెళ్ళినాయి చారు మాకి. ఇప్పటికిప్పుడు 10 minutes ముందు నేను తనకి కాల్ చేశాను. ఇప్పుడు అమ్మ సెషన్ అంటే ఫ్లయర్ సెండ్ చేశారు తను, మ్యామ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు కాదు కదా తర్వాత కదా అని. లేదమ్మా ఇప్పుడే నువ్వు రావాలి 10 minutes లో అంటే 5 minutes లో వస్తున్నానని రెడీ అయ్యి వచ్చేసారు. ఇన్ స్పెయిన్ 11:30 మిడ్ నైట్ టైంలో తను వచ్చి తన నిద్ర మానుకుని అప్పటికప్పుడు 5 minutes లో రెడీ అయ్యి వచ్చి కూర్చున్నాడు. దట్ ఈస్ పైమా పత్రిజీ వారియర్స్. ఫస్ట్ డిజిటల్ ర్యాలీ, డిజిటల్ సెషన్ 24 hours వీళ్ళు చేశారు. చాలా అద్భుతంగా జరిగింది అది. ఆ టైంలో నేను ధ్యాన మహాచక్రం టైంలో నేను చారుని కలిసాను, చారుని చూశాను. ఐ ఇన్స్పైర్డ్ వెరీ మచ్. అంత హార్డ్ వర్కర్ తను. ఈరోజు తను ఉంటే సెషన్ లో చాలా బాగుంటుందని చెప్పేసి నేను ఎంతో కోరుకున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ చారు ఫర్ యాక్సెప్టింగ్ అవర్ రిక్వెస్ట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
No, no, it is my blessing and Patriji's grace, ma'am, that you thought of me. And I'm so glad to be a part of this collective, because women supporting women is what, this century is all about. And thank you to all the wonderful masters. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
పుష్ప ఏమైనా అడగాలనుకుంటే మీరు అడగచ్చు. ఇంకా 5 minutes ఉంది.
So Charuji, one question. So when it comes to the group consciousness, right? So suppose if we are all together doing any event or anything, so there are many things comes into the picture. So I mean, so how do you, what is your take on to evolve together? What are the hurdles we come across, and how do you think we can overcome that one?
That's a good question. I think whenever more than one minds come together to work. And I'm using the word very carefully, mind, because already the souls are coming together to work. Because if the souls are not in agreement, we will not even be in the same space.
Yeah.
So the souls are in agreement. That is why, two people are coming together, or more than two people are coming together to do any kind of work. Now it is a question of aligning the minds. That is it. That's the only question. And for that, I think Patriji has given us the Brahmastra, which is meditation. So any kind of hurdle that you have during uh, team work, and again, I would not call it a hurdle, but these are just opportunities for growth. So when you meditate together, that energy automatically uplifts you and you grow. Yes, maybe everyone might not grow at the same speed because every soul has its different frequency, different speed, different lessons, learnings. The minds have its own triggers, um, lessons, decisions. So there will be a lot of factors that will come into play. But what I have realized in taking part in different spiritual projects that spiritual ego should not come in the picture because coming into spirituality and then going into spiritual ego is where your growth will stop. So if the souls are coming together in agreement to do any kind of work, which is the higher work, which is done by the blessings and the presence of the higher masters, actually it's very easy for us because it's like the whole plate has already been prepared and we only have to eat because the masters are taking care of the arrangements, the security, who is going to attend, who is not going to attend. Everything is minute details are taken care of by higher masters. All we have to do is be fully present. That is it. Our job is easiest job in the world. So we just have to be fully present and just by our presence, that presence itself, because we are the mediums, we are not doing anything. We are just
True.
being the medium. So when you
True.
are fully present without any spiritual ego, without any, ifs and buts of the mind, when you are fully, totally present and empty, the masters can flow through you. And that is the greatest gift you can give to your team and yourself. And that is where the growth will happen. So that is the only thing I would say. Work on emptying yourself as much as possible and try not to have spiritual ego when you are working in any kind of team. Know that what you are doing is for a higher purpose, higher perspective. There are no personal gains out of this, and there are no personal vendettas. So, even if there is a conflict, there is nothing personal in it. We are all working together for a higher purpose through a higher masters. And when you learn to spot that, you learn to understand what the other soul is trying to teach me through this experience, whether good or bad. And that is how the growth happens. So I think my answer is very simple. Do more meditation, be as empty as possible, and just be a good medium. If you are a good medium, you don't have to do anything at all. Masters will do everything through you.
Thank you, Chariji. Really, the Brahmastra you just reminded again. So it's like an alphabet ABC, where
Mhm.
everybody will start, but again, without the right alphabet, the overall meaning can change. So go back. That's
Absolutely.
right.
Back to basics. Back to basics.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. It was wonderful having you here.
Thank you. Thank you. It was great connecting with the consciousness of this entire team.